Please rise for the national anthem of the Kingdom of Bahrain, proudly performed by the ASB Platinum Band. Your Excellency, Ms. Nawal, Ibrahim and Khater, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Education. Your Excellencies, members of the Board of Directors, honored guests, the dedicated educators who have inspired these graduates, the families whose support has been truly unwavering, and of course, the remarkable class of 2025. Good evening and a warm welcome. My name is Axel El-Wahidi, and I am the English MC for tonight. Please welcome with me my Arabic co-MC, Anzor Al-Mufti.
أصحاب المعالي والسعادة. أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، أيها الضيوف الكرام، معلمون الأفاضل، أولياء الأمور الأعزاء، وزملاء الخريجين دفعة عام 2025. مساء الخير. إن هذا الحفل هو محطة فخر واعتزاز نشهد فيها على انتقالكم إلى مرحلة جديدة من حياتكم، تحملون معكم العلم والمعرفة والقيم التي غرستها فيكم مدرستنا الأمريكية في البحرين. اسمي أنزور، وأنا عريف الحفل باللغة العربية لهذه الليلة.
Class of 2025. Your journey through the American School of Bahrain has prepared you to make a significant impact on the world. As a second graduating class, you carry forward the spirit of excellence and innovation that defines ASB. Tonight, we celebrate your accomplishments and the boundless potential that resides within each of you. Let the celebration of your achievements commence.
دفعة 2025. لقد كانت رحلتكم في المدرسة الأمريكية في البحرين أكثر من مجرد سنوات دراسية. كانت محطة لبناء الشخصية واكتشاف الذات وصقل المهارات. أنتم اليوم تمثلون الجيل الثاني من خريجي هذه المؤسسة، وتحملون على عاتقكم رسالة التميز وروح الريادة التي تميزت بها المدرسة الأمريكية منذ انطلاقتها. نقف الليلة لنحتفل بإنجازاتكم ونكرم الطاقات المذهلة التي يحملها كل واحد منكم. فلنبدأ معا هذا الحفل الذي يخلد لحظة فارقة في مسيرتكم ويطلق شرارة المستقبل. ولا يفوتنا في هذه المناسبة إلا أن نتقدم بجزيل الشكر وعظيم الامتنان إلى قيادة الرشيدة وإلى وزارة التربية والتعليم في المملكة البحرينية على دعمهم المتواصل للمسير التعليم وحرصهم الدائم على تمكين أبنائنا وبناتنا نحو مستقبل أكثر إشراقاً.
I would like to call on Ihsan Haji from the class of 2025 to recite verses from the Holy Quran.
أول ما نستهل به حفلنا الكريم آيات عطرة من الذكر الحكيم يتلوها على مسامعكم الطالب إحسان حاجي، فليتفضل مشكوراً.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Ahsan. It is now my honor to present to you a figure whose vision and dedication laid the very foundation of our school. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. David McMaster, the founding director of ASB, for his welcome address.
والآن يسعدني أن أقدم لكم شخصية كان لها الأثر الأكبر في رسم ملامح هذه المدرسة منذ بدايتها. برؤية واضحة والتزام لا يتزعزع ساهم في تحويل الحلم إلى واقع وغرس القيم التي تقوم عليها المدرسة الأمريكية في البحرين اليوم. نرجو منكم أن تنضموا إلينا في الترحيب بالسيد ديف ماكماستر المدير المؤسس للمدرسة الأمريكية في البحرين ليلقي علينا كلمته الترحيبية، فليتفضل مشكورا.
Your Excellency, Mrs. Nawal Ibrahim Khater, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Education, members of the ASB Board of Governors, honored guests, dedicated ASB staff, supportive parents, proud siblings, dear friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome you to the 2025 graduation ceremony of the American School of Bahrain. My name is Dave McMaster, and I am the founding director of ASB. On behalf of the Board of Governors and our entire school community, I am thrilled to celebrate this momentous occasion with all of you. I would like to take a moment to recognize and sincerely thank His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, for their visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to education in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Their progressive approach and dedication to excellence in learning have created an environment where schools like ASB can not only exist, but truly thrive. Thanks to this supportive foundation, ASB is able to innovate and grow as we have over the past 5 years. One example we are particularly proud of is our recognition as one of only 10 schools globally endorsed for our pioneering work in ethical AI teaching and learning. The Middle School States Association of Schools and Colleges has acknowledged ASB for demonstrating excellence across several areas, including programs, infrastructure, and a school culture rooted in literacy, safety, and ethics. We know that this important focus on educational ethics, technology, and innovation reflects the passion and vision of the Ministry of Education, whose support and leadership continues to guide and inspire schools across the kingdom. Thank you. This day is incredibly meaningful for our school, and above all, for the 45 graduates seated before us. You can smile. Don't relax yet, but enjoy this moment. You won't have another one like this for about 4 or 5 years. And this one's actually even more important. So enjoy the evening. ASB opened its doors less than 5 years ago in the midst of a global pandemic with just 110 students. Today, we are approximately 800 students. This particular group of graduates was meant to be the inaugural graduating class, and a decision was made late in the spring of 2020 to open a grade 9 class. And so this class's journey, then grade 8s, are the future graduates now in present time of 2025, and here we are. Among the students on this stage, we have 7 who joined us in September 2020 as grade 8s, 5 girls and 2 boys. And I can still hear Mahmoud's voice echoing in my head 5 years later. Mr. Dave, we need more guys. So as a small gift, we brought in Mohammed Wabin to join Mahmoud and Faisal, and balance was restored to Mr. Neal's inaugural grade 8 homeroom. I would now like to recognize our pioneering students, the 8 founding members of this graduating class. These students helped carve the path for the 37 other students who would join them in the years that would follow. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized. This is Hiba's favorite part. Mahmoud Al-Khamisi, Faisal Al-Alawi, the savior to the boys, Mohammed Waban, Maya Zaitoon, Victoria Pantelius, Sonia Peroso, Leon, the original Leon, she knows what that means, Ibrahim, and Hiba Abdul Ghaffar. Thank you to the 8 of you for your courage, most of all your resilience, and for being the trailblazers of the graduating class of 2025. As your founding director, you will always hold a special place in my heart. Thank you. You may be seated. Yes, Hiba, that is the last time I will do that. To all our graduates, each of you is a pioneer in your own right. Some of you joined in 2020 and others along the journey of the past 5 years. You and your families all took a leap of faith, choosing to be part of a new school in uncertain times. For the founding students, none of you stepped foot on campus until the day before it started. You hadn't met a single teacher, and I hadn't even had the chance to meet 90% of you except on a Zoom call, and yet you and your families chose ASB. You helped build the trust and spirit that encourage others to follow. From a modest start, your class grew to 45 students, about 35 more than we originally anticipated at this point in time. I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you and your families for placing your trust in ESOL education, in ASB, and in the dedicated staff who have supported you over the past 5 years. And now, as you step forward into the next chapter of your lives, we are very proud to place our trust in you. In the time leading up to today's event, I reflected on your journey, and I was reminded of a story I heard many years ago. It was about a young boy who was walking along the beach at sunrise. The tide had gone out, leaving thousands of starfish stranded along the shore. One by one, the child began tossing them back into the sea. A passerby approached and said, "Son, there are too many. You can't possibly make a difference." The young boy smiled, gently picked up another starfish, placed it back in the sea, and said, "I made a difference to that one." Graduates, this is your story too. Over the years, you have walked the shores of learning, challenge, friendship, and growth. You have faced obstacles, celebrated triumphs, and discovered who you are and what you're capable of. Every time you took a risk, you stood up for what's right, or supported someone in need. Those were your starfish moments. Your journey at ASB has never been solely about academics. It has been about becoming the kind of people the world needs. Thoughtful thinkers, compassionate leaders, courageous contributors. You've inspired us with your creativity, your kindness, and your resilience. And even in quiet moments, you made a difference. The world you are stepping into needs your light, your voice, and your vision more than ever. The tools you now carry, empathy, curiosity, collaboration, integrity, are powerful. Please use them and use them wisely. And remember, as you leave ASB, you are not walking alone. You take with you hopes of your teachers, the pride of your parents, and the heartbeat of a community that believes deeply in you. So go forward, make your mark. Be the student who lifts others, the leader who listens, and the friend who stands by someone when it matters the most. Whether it is in quiet ripples or bold waves, your influence will shape the future. Before closing, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to the ESOL Board of Governors for their steadfast support and commitment to our mission of excellence. To our parents and families, thank you for believing in our vision and entrusting us with your children's education. Your support has been a cornerstone of our success and certainly of your children's success. And finally, to the extraordinary ASB staff, I am honored to work alongside such a dedicated team of professionals. You've guided, mentored, and uplifted these graduates with wisdom and care. And we are all deeply grateful for your contributions. Congratulations, class of 2025. May your path be filled with purpose, with happiness, and the desire to make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dave. We would like to call on Mr. Tamam Abu Shakra, the Chairman of the Board of Governance, to welcome our guest speaker to the stage.
Thank you, gentlemen. I believe our MCs are doing a fine job so far. Good evening, honored guests, ASB graduates, and families. I would first like to take a moment to recognize our honored guest, Her Excellency, Mrs. Nawal Ibrahim Khater, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Education. Thank you for being with us this evening. On behalf of the American School of Bahrain, I'd also like to take this opportunity to express our deepest appreciation of the leadership of our beloved host country of Bahrain, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, and the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, for the wise and visionary leadership that makes all of this possible. I have the honor tonight of introducing our guest speaker, Mrs. Najla Al-Shirawi, Group Executive Officer of SECO, one of the crown jewels of Bahrain's financial sector. An engineer by training, Mrs. Al-Shirawi entered the field of banking and did not look back. She has achieved a record of professional success that is truly inspiring. Established in 1995, SECO has been a pioneer of Bahrain's financial market since its earliest days. Mrs. Al-Shirawi joined SECO in 1997 and has served as its Chief Executive Officer since 2014. Under Mrs. Al-Shirawi's leadership, SECO has become a leading regional asset manager and investment bank. In recent years, Mrs. Al-Shirawi has expanded SECO's operations to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and to the United Arab Emirates, and has grown its gross assets under management to exceed $7 billion, mashallah. In addition to her executive responsibilities at SECO, Mrs. Al-Shirawi serves on the boards of a number of Bahrain's most prestigious institutions, including the Economic Development Board, or the EDB. Mrs. Al-Shirawi holds a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from the University of Bahrain and a master's of business administration and finance from the American College in London. Throughout her career, she has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to serving the Bahraini community and to advancing the cause of high-quality education in Bahrain. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to introduce our guest speaker, Mrs. Najla Al-Shirawi.
Your Excellency, distinguished board members of ASB and faculty, respected families, honored guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Good evening. I'm deeply honored to stand before you tonight on this remarkable day, a day not just of celebration, but of transformation. A day that marks an end and a beginning. To each of you, wearing your caps and gowns, filled with pride and perhaps a bit of nervousness, let me say this is your launch pad. This is your launch pad. From this day forward, you are not simply continuing your education or entering the workforce, you are entering a new era of your life, a chapter that will challenge you, stretch you, and ultimately shape you. You will grow, but not always in ways that are comfortable or predictable. You will learn, not just from textbooks, but from mistakes, from relationships, and from the world around you. Growth often begins with uncertainty, and uncertainty can be intimidating. But let me reassure you, it is in those moments of discomfort that your most meaningful growth will happen. When you fail, and you will, take it as a sign that you are daring to do something new. When you succeed, and you will, stay grounded, knowing that success is a step, not a finish line. I want to share something personal with you. When I first stepped into the role of CEO, I thought I had to have all the answers. I thought that leadership meant certainty, clarity, and confidence at every turn. But I quickly realized that leadership, like life, is not about knowing everything, it's about being open to learning. And that's why today is so important, because this is not just academic achievement, it's about who you are becoming. You're entering a phase where you will discover new parts of yourself, your values, your strengths, your ambitions. You will find out what inspires you and what doesn't. You will learn to succeed, and you will learn to fail with grace. And I urge you, don't cheat yourself out of experiences. Don't rush through life just trying to check boxes. Take the long road when it matters. Say yes to new challenges, to moments of joy, to things that scare you just enough. Be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself. It's better to make mistakes while being authentic than to live a life that is not truly yours. Do not measure your life only by external achievements. Instead, ask yourself, am I growing? Am I learning? Am I staying true to who I am? And don't forget those who helped you reach this point. Your parents, your siblings, your friends, and most importantly, your teachers. These people are not a part of your past. They are your support system, your safety net, your cheering squad. As you step into the next phase, don't be afraid to lean on them. Strength is not about standing alone. It's about knowing when to reach out. Let me also speak directly to those of you who feel like you live between cultures. Those of you who may sometimes feel like you don't fully belong to one place or another. That feeling is real. I felt it myself. But what you may see as being in between, it's actually a rare gift. It's your superpower. Having a Western education while being rooted in Bahrain gives you a unique perspective. You can see both sides and communicate across boundaries, skills that are in demand in every industry, organization, every community. Universities, careers, internships, these will all come, and they will come fast. But don't let the pressure of what's next deprive you of what's now. This moment, this transition is powerful. It will never come again. So take it all in, be present, and above all, enjoy it. Let me close by reminding you of something simple but profound. The most important achievement you can ever reach in your life is not a title, it's not a salary, it's not a job offer. The most important achievement is the depth of your personal growth. The journey between who you are today and who you continue becoming. Class of 2025, this is your launch pad. The future doesn't belong to you, it depends on you. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Najla. Now, we have the pleasure of inviting someone who has closely observed and guided our graduating class. A man who, after more than 40 years as a teacher, arrives at 5 a.m. every day to plan the day ahead of him.
والآن يسعدنا أن نقدم شخصية تربوية لها مكانة خاصة في قلوب الجميع. هو ليس مجرد معلم، بل قدوة في الالتزام والعطاء، ورمزاً للخبرة والتفاني، إذ أمضى أكثر من 40 عاماً في ميادين التعليم والتأثير الإيجابي في أجيال متعاقبة. يبدأ يومه قبل شروق الشمس ويواصل رسالته بحماس لا يعرف التراجع. نرجو منكم أن تنضموا إلينا في الترحيب بالأستاذ جيمس كونلي الذي كان شاهداً وموجهاً رسالة دفعة 2025.
On this most special of evenings, I am deeply honoured to stand before your excellencies, the board of directors, our valued guests, and especially the wonderfully talented graduating class of 2025. If my words should betray my emotions, please forgive me. First of all, on behalf of all the teaching and support staff of ASB, I want to congratulate the entire graduating class of 2025 for successfully navigating your way through the trials and tribulations of being a teenager to finally arrive at this moment in time when we can reflect upon and celebrate your past achievements and look forward to your future success. Coming as I do from the UK, the concept of a wonderful graduation ceremony such as this is actually very new to me, and certainly very different from my own graduation back in 1976. Then the final day of my school career was marked by a lunchtime finish, followed by an afternoon of hiding behind various cars, lampposts and dustbins as I tried to avoid the running street battles involving the bags of flour, water bombs and eggs being thrown by my peers at anyone and anything that moved. It was a strange 1970s British ritual, one that is thankfully no more. And if there are any grade 11s in the building, don't even think about it, okay? But I digress. Tonight is about celebrating one of those key moments of life that all of us gathered here tonight will remember forever. As this is the evening when each of the graduating students before you embark on an exciting journey, the journey that we call life. If someone had told me back in September of 1979, when I started my teaching career on a very wet and windy Monday morning in southeast London, that I'd end my days at an American school on a beautiful sun-soaked island in the Middle East, I'd have thought they were slightly mad. And yet, here I am. The moral of this story, that although every decision you make will have an impact on your direction that life will take, ultimately the future is a mystery to us all. Try as you might, life has a way of taking our best laid plans, turning them upside down and inside out. So my suggestion is to just hang on in there and enjoy the ride. The opening words of my first ever lecture at Teacher Training College were, "Every child is an individual." They have been the bedrock of my teaching career ever since, and you, the class of 2025, are testament to the truth of this statement. This evening, you may all be wearing the same attire, but as your proud parents and teachers know, every one of you is your own person. No two of you are the same. You are truly unique. Yet I would argue, however, that you all share certain attributes, namely the determination and in some cases courage to arrive at the here and now. Only you know the personal inner battles and demons you had to fight to be here this evening, the fears you overcame, the anxieties you refused to succumb to, and the domestic arguments you might have encountered, induced by stress, but born out of your parents' love and their genuine desire for you to succeed. As these last few months may well have taken their toll on family relationships, my suggestion is for each of you graduating this evening to just take a few moments now and look for your parents in the audience. When your eyes meet, silently thank them for sharing the journey that has led you here. The good days, the bad days, and everything in between. They deserve it. It is part of the time-honored ritual for an aged guest like myself to pass on words of wisdom to the graduating class in the hope that their thoughts inspire and resonate with you. Given the state of the world my generation appears to have left you to inherit, however, I could understand why you might consider this a less than valid notion. Nevertheless, I will give it a try. When the devastating earthquake struck Southeast Asia, I was in Thailand. For the few seconds that the ground began to vibrate and the awesome power of nature took hold, I knew what it was like to have absolutely no control over my future. I was 100 meters from the hotel, whose swimming pool cascading into the street became for many the iconic image of that day. But I survived. How many people, I wonder, did as I did in the immediate aftermath and texted, "I love you," to their family and close friends? I would guess hundreds. But I was one of the lucky ones. There were many thousands that day who never got to send that text. You, the class of 2025, are young, vibrant, and your future is ahead of you. But every one of us here this evening needs to acknowledge that life can change for good or ill in a split second, and that our lives may never be the same again. What are the saddest words we could ever think or say? For me, they are, "if only." Why? Because they speak of missed opportunities and moments in time lost forever. Imagine sitting in an armchair 60 years from now, staring silently into the horizon and thinking, "if only. If only I had asked her out when I had the chance. If only back in the day I had told Mum and Dad how much I love them. If only I could have held their hand one final time." My message to you, therefore, is very simple. Do not allow yourselves to live with regret. All too often, we wait for the right moment to occur before we act. And sometimes those seconds pass, never to return. Tonight, as you come of age and begin to make your own way in the world, I encourage you to always find the strength to say what needs to be said and never go to sleep on an argument, because one day, tomorrow will not dawn. This evening, by its very nature, is bound to be a hugely emotional time for all concerned. As once the celebrations subside, the moment will come when the bond between parent and child must inevitably loosen, as the young adult now begins to make their own way in the world. If this saddens any of your hearts, I hope the beautiful words of the Lebanese poet Khalil Gibran can provide solace. Let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. For the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. Rather, let your love be a sea, moving between the shores of your souls. Finally, to the graduating class of 2025, wherever you go in the world, make everyone here this evening proud of you. You are ASB. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. James. Your words about the class of 2025 were truly touching. Now, please join me in welcoming the pride of our music department, our very own Platinum Band, conducted by Mr. Scott. They've prepared something exciting for our celebration, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this special musical performance.
والآن يسعدنا أن نقدم لكم فاخر قسم الموسيقى في مدرستنا، فرقتنا المتميزة بلاتينيوم باند بقيادة السيد سكوت روغل. استعدوا لأجواء استثنائية أعدوها خصيصاً لهذه المناسبة، واستمتعوا بهذا العرض الموسيقي الرائع الذي يضفي لمسة فنية على احتفالنا اليوم.
is now my pleasure to introduce someone who embodies the spirit, determination, and creativity of the class of 2025. She's been chosen to deliver a message that captures the collective experiences, hopes, and aspirations of this remarkable graduating class. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Fatima Ali from the class of 2025, who will now deliver her speech in English on behalf of her class.
أما الآن يرجى الترحيب على المسرح بالطالبة فاطمة علي من دفعة عام 2025 لتلقي كلمتها باللغة الإنجليزية نيابة عن الخريجين، فلتتفضل مشكورة.
Good evening. Just give me 1 second. There's a quote from Winnie the Pooh that goes, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." And tonight, as we stand at the edge of this moment, looking back at the years that brought us here, I feel that deeply. This isn't just an ending. It's a testament to the years we spent together, the memories we've built, and the people we've become. But it hasn't been easy. The IB has tested us in ways we've never imagined. We've written essays that felt impossible, solved equations that made no sense, and somehow survived on far less sleep than any human should. But we did it together. We carried each other through late-night study sessions, the moments of doubt, and yes, even the times Mr. Scott confiscated our phones. And we didn't do it alone. Our parents and teachers were more than just educators. They were our guides, mentors, and sometimes the only people that believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves. Ms. Radia, who was the steadfast presence we all needed. Mr. Hakan, who proved that both chemistry and life are about balancing the right elements. And Mr. Cunningham, who brought business and humor together in ways we will never forget. But school was more than just classrooms and coursework. It was the friendships formed in hallways, the quiet solidarity of exhausted students exchanging glances before an exam, and the way laughter could turn the most stressful days into something bearable. It was the little moments, cramming for a test 5 minutes before class, the chaotic rush to meet IA deadlines, and the shared sighs of relief as we found out our assignments were extended. These are the memories that will last with us far long after today. Throughout our lives, we've been told that people don't change, that we are who we are, destined to follow the same paths and repeat the same mistakes. But high school has shown us otherwise. We are not static. We are constantly learning, growing, and reshaping who we are. We are not bound by who we were yesterday. We are not just students who pulled all-nighters or panicked before exams. We are people who have learned, transformed, and adapted. We are capable of rewriting our own stories. There's a metaphor I heard a while back about a phoenix that burned itself into ashes, only to rise again as a stronger and more powerful version of itself. It's a stark reminder that sometimes we have to fall before we rise. We have to face the challenges, the fire, the struggles, the obstacles before we are reborn. And just like the phoenix, we are never fixed in one form. We have the power to break free, rewrite our instincts, and redefine who we are. Because high school didn't just teach us math, literature, and science. It taught us resilience. It taught us that growth is not just possible, but it is necessary. And it taught us that we are never defined by our past mistakes, our fears, or the limitations others have set for us. We are defined by how we choose to move forwards. And so, as we step into whatever comes next, let us take more risks. Let's not just dream about what's possible. Let's chase it, even if it's terrifying. Let's embrace the uncertainty of the future, knowing that every challenge we face is another opportunity to grow. Because the most beautiful part of life isn't just figuring out who we are. It's realizing that we have the power to become whoever we want to be. And maybe, just maybe, endings aren't so bad. Maybe they're just beginnings that we don't recognize yet. And maybe this isn't a goodbye to the fellow class of 2025, but rather a see you later. Thank you to our teachers, our families, and to each other. Most notably, thank you to Mr. Scott for returning our phones back to us eventually. Dear friends, here's to whatever comes next.
Thank you, Fatima.
والآن نصل إلى اللحظة التي ينتظرها الجميع، كلمة الخريجين باللغة العربية التي تعبر عن مشاعر هذه المرحلة الاستثنائية وعن سنوات من العمل الجاد والطموح والأحلام. يسرنا أن ندعو الطالبة ميرنا عبيدات لتلقي علينا كلمة الخريجين لهذا العام، فتتفضل مشكورة.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السادة الحضور، المعلمون الكرام، الأهل الأعزاء، والزملاء الخريجون والخريجات، في هذا اليوم الاستثنائي نقف جميعاً على أعتاب نهاية وبداية جديدة، نهاية مرحلة كانت مليئة بالتحديات وبالاكتشاف وبالنجاحات الصغيرة التي صنعت منا من نحن اليوم، وبداية طريق جديد مفتوح على المجهول لكنه مشرق بالأمل والطموحات. عندما خطوت أولى خطواتي في هذا الصرح العلمي كنت أحمل في داخلي الكثير من الأسئلة: هل سأستطيع النجاح؟ هل سأجد مكاني؟ هل سأكون قادرة على مواجهة الصعاب؟ لم أكن أعلم آنذاك أن الإجابات الحقيقية لا تأتي من الدروس وحدها بل من التجربة ومن الناس الذين رافقوني ومن المواقف التي شكلت شخصيتي على مدار هذه السنين. تعلمنا الكثير بين جدران مدرستنا، ليس فقط في الرياضيات أو اللغة أو العلوم، بل تعلمنا ما هو أعمق. تعلمنا الصبر والمسؤولية والعمل الجماعي والتحدي. تعلمنا كيف ننهض عندما نسقط وكيف نواصل المسير حتى في الأيام الصعبة. لم يكن الطريق سهلاً دائماً، واجهنا الفشل والقلق والضغط، ولكننا تجاوزنا كل ذلك. واليوم نحتفل ليس فقط بنهاية مرحلة دراسية، بل نحتفل بقدرتنا على الصمود وعلى التطور وعلى النمو. أتوجه بشكر خاص لمعلمينا الكرام الذين لم يبخلوا علينا بعلمهم ووقتهم وصبرهم. أنتم من زرعتم فينا الإيمان بالعلم وعلمتمونا أن التعلم لا يتوقف عند باب الصف. كما لا يسعني إلا أن أقدم كل الحب والامتنان لعائلتي التي كانت وما زالت الداعم الأكبر في حياتي. شكراً لكم على صبركم ودعمكم وثقتكم الدائمة. وأخيراً، إلى زملائي الأعزاء، كنتم أكثر من مجرد زملاء دراسة، كنتم شركاء طريق وأصدقاء لحظات لا تنسى. ستبقى ذكرياتنا سطراً خالداً في كتاب حياتي. نغادر اليوم ونحن نحمل في قلوبنا حلماً، وفي أيدينا علماً، وفي أعيننا نظرة نحو الأفق. قد لا نعرف تماماً ما ينتظرنا، ولكننا نعرف من نحن، ونعرف أن في داخل كل منا قوة قادرة على صنع الفرق. فلنبدأ فصلاً جديداً من حياتنا، نرسم فيه ملامحنا بأيدينا، ونبني فيه مستقبلاً نفاخر به أنفسنا ومجتمعاتنا. مبارك لنا هذا الإنجاز، ومبارك لأهلنا ولمن آمن بنا طوال الطريق. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Myrna.
خلال هذا العام عاش خريجونا رحلة لا تنسى، رحلة حملت في طياتها مغامرات وتحديات، ضحكات ودموع، نجاحات وإنجازات، وذكريات ستظل محفورة في القلوب، لحظات شكلت شخصياتهم وبنت صداقات ستدوم لسنوات. دعونا نعود معا بالزمن ونعيش هذه الرحلة من جديد من خلال هذا الفيديو الذي يوثق أبرز محطات عامهم الدراسي الأخير. فلنستمتع سويا بهذا العرض المميز.
I'd say my DIFA is probably the most unique DIFA I've seen.
We're all kind of different. We have different personalities, but it makes us like a good mix all together.
So we're all about to go through the biggest change of our lives. Some of us are moving across the world. And it's just the fact that we know we might not ever see each other again. A lot of us are still in denial of that. A lot of us have accepted it. So that is a really hard thing for a batch to go through.
The thing I'm going to miss the most is probably the people. My friends at the school and just the fun we had here and everything we did here together.
I miss the vibes and all the different people, seeing different faces all the time. Just school in general.
Because I don't think you're gonna have that in college. You won't have last year of college. Senior, high school is one of the biggest milestones I think you're ever gonna reach.
And plus having friends that connect with you so well, especially in work and maybe having fun, that's amazing. I don't know if I can find that in university or not.
I'll also thank the teachers and the ASB staff that was always there for us when we needed them.
They were really supportive, they encouraged us.
There isn't really a teacher that I haven't been able to get along with.
We kind of all get to know each other in a personal way, and it makes classes feel more comfortable, if that makes sense.
And just the lessons here were probably the funnest lessons I've ever had in school.
A very big thank you to the parents. They encouraged us always to study. They planned fun events for us, and they always make sure that we're on track.
A thank you doesn't even come close. I'm very grateful to be here and to them for everything that they've done to get me here.
One of my favorite memories, this is hard.
Senior sunrise, and it was the coldest night of the year. Me and my friends, we got so cold, we ran around the track, we played basketball, and it was just overall really nice.
Me and a couple of seniors were in the volleyball team, and we won the tournament we hosted between the GCC schools.
In our free time, we'd go outside and play football, and we'd just have fun, you know.
It was very chaotic, and it was more of a penalty shootout type of gameplay. We had a lot of energy to let out, and we'd just go out during break and enjoy that.
At the end of last year, we went outside by the pool. We had a big water fight, water guns, water balloons. It was one of the most fun things we've done as an entire grade, but it's probably the one that I remember the most.
Message to my classmates is خليها على الله. Live. Just enjoy everything that you're going to go through in the future.
Don't let the moment pass you, live in it.
Stay as you are, don't change your character for someone, and
enjoy every single day, because you never know if you're going to get these days back.
This has been quite a journey altogether. I hope we all meet up again and learn from each other's experiences. I'm sure we'll grow up as astronauts, psychologists, movie directors.
I hope they enjoy what's coming towards them, and I hope they're always really happy.
Good luck. I want to see you all successful, keep in contact, and have fun.
A beautiful collection of cherished memories that will stay with us always. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our award sponsors, Beyond, Batelco, iWorld, Kalam Telecommunication. I would now like to call upon Mr. Dave McMaster, ASB Founding Director, Dr. Juan Saavedra, Middle and High School Principal, Ms. Radia Ali, IB Diploma Coordinator, to present our recognition awards.
Good evening. Now we move to a very special part of our ceremony, the presentation of Achievement Awards. These special awards recognize the outstanding contributions and achievements of the students in 3 domains: CAS Leadership Award, Athletic Achievement Award, and Academic Distinction Award. Now with the first award, CAS Leadership Award, presented to the student who has demonstrated outstanding commitment to community action and service. This award recognizes a compassionate leader who has consistently gone beyond and above the needs of the positive impact. Through innovative service projects, meaningful community engagement, and a spirit of empathy, this student has exemplified the values of global citizenship and social responsibility. This year's recipient of the award is Aya Shafi. Athletic Achievement Award. This award honors consistent participation and achievement in school sports, demonstrated teamwork, leadership, and fair play, and a positive influence on the school's athletic culture. Whether on the field, court, or on track, the student has represented the school with pride, perseverance, and performing at a high level while uplifting teammates and respecting opponents. This year's winner is Jad Shweri. Distinction Award. This award is given to a graduate who has shown academic excellence in grades 11 and 12 and had held highest GPA over the past 2 years. This student has modeled the ASB student profile, the IB learner profile attributes, and emphasized the academic achievement. This award recognizes the student's intellectual curiosity, perseverance, and consistent performance across a range of all subjects. The recipient of the award is Sushmita Shanmugam. The moment I'm sure we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas to the graduates of the class of 2025. I would like to call upon Her Excellency Mrs. Nawal Ibrahim Khater, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Education, on stage. students, please rise. Mohammed Wahban, ASB Diploma. Faris Mohammed, IB Courses. Khalifa Al-Qattan, ASB Diploma. Rakhan Jallad, ASB Diploma. Sami Khoury, IB Courses. Faisal Engineer, ASB Diploma. Abdullah Nadi, IB Courses. IB Diploma. Zakaria Hamad, ASB Diploma. Faisal Hambar, ASB Diploma. Mahmoud Al-Khamisi, IB Courses. Evgeny Cherybakhin, IB Courses. Ibrahim Bujakli, IB Diploma. Victoria Ventelios, IB Courses. Leith Al-Amir, ASB Diploma. Middle row, please rise. Jad Shweri, IB Diploma. Sonia Peroso, IB Courses. Merna Abedat, IB Courses. Noor Ayub, IB Courses. Jana Prakas, Safi, IB courses. Cesar Peroso, IB Diploma. Maya Zaytoun, IB courses. Fatima Ali, IB Diploma. Emma Dolman, IB Bilingual Diploma. Khalid Dosari, ASB Diploma. Ahmed Al-Malla, IB Diploma. Layal Darwish, IB courses. Zainab Sari, IB Bilingual Diploma. Anna Reed, IB courses. Front row, please rise. Hayal Hannawi, IB Bilingual Diploma. Ihsan Haji, ASB Diploma. Dania Malik, IB Diploma. Nawaf Shankwani, ASB Diploma. Faris Al-Alawi, ASB Diploma. Marwan Abu Rumah, ASB Diploma. Jinan Al-Alawi, IB Diploma. Dariana Medina, IB Diploma. Tiana Pivot, IB Diploma. Antonin Bardet, IB Diploma. Heba Abdul Ghafoor, IB courses. Elisa Miner, IB courses. welcome IB Diploma. ASB Diploma.
Before I get to say one last thing to the graduates of 2025, I would like to thank the people who made tonight happen. Mr. Scott and our incredible Platinum Band, thank you so much for our music tonight. Yeah, but I won't get them standing up year by year how long they've played. However, I think the longest any of these students has played their instruments is 4 years. With a number of them, this is their first year playing their instrument, so kudos to Mr. Scott. Mr. Sabi, who's around somewhere, in the entire music department. With our organizing committee, and really there were two committees, we had an incredible parent committee who were our sounding board and our guide along the way. I'm wearing a gown for graduation. It's the first time I've officiated 20 graduations. I've never thought about wearing a gown. I'm actually going to start wearing a gown to school because about 150 people today said, "You look great in a gown." So to Rehab and all the parents, thank you so much. And on the school committee, I can't mention everybody because the list is very long and the graduates I know would like to celebrate. But just some of the core members who really pulled everything together. They started meeting back in September and October. In no particular order, Dr. Juan, Mr. Dermot, Ms. Radia, Mr. Nathan, Mr. Prince, Mr. Randish, Ms. Malak, Ms. Hiba O, Ms. Noor T. We have a lot of Noors and Hibas at the school. Ms. Amal, Ms. Bronwyn, and the person who guided us and guides me on most days, our executive manager. She pushed us and was the catalyst behind everything tonight, Ms. Southsend Shaker. Thank you very much. And thank you to all the committee members. You've made a special night for a special group of 45 students, so thank you. Now, graduates, please stand up. This is the moment we have all been waiting for. Graduates, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of American School of Bahrain, class of 2025. Thank you for coming.